Yeah. Namaskaram. Good evening. Thank you all very much for joining on this Zoom call. I think you guys and your batch have created a sensation on the WhatsApp group. Okay. And I think ever since, 10th or 11th or 12th, whenever I saw the message first, I was just wondering how the hell these guys could do what they did. So, I was actually not here. So I came back from, after 7.5 months. And then I thought I'll just do a session with you just to know how did you pull it off. Okay. So let's start by, I request you to each of you to introduce yourself, basically your name, number, and, house, etc., so that we can set the tone going. Okay.
So I'll start off, sir, by being seniority wise member first. I'm roll number 1200.
Okay.
Nickname is also 1200 because that's a sort of a peculiar number. Col R Ravindra, retired. I'm from Chalukya, but initially started off from Maurya, then Maurya to Pandya, then Pandya to Maurya to Pandya, and Pandya to Chalukya. Mike, repeat, sir.
No, it's okay. So far, so good.
Yeah, case.
Yeah, case.
Yeah, this is roll number 1224, K.S. Rao, Kakatiya Mughal.
So you're Mughal house type. Okay, good.
Yeah. Mughal house and regimental type, both.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay.
Sir, roll number 1267, Group Captain M.I.K. Reddy, Kakatiya Mughal House.
Okay.
We'll have an odd man outside, 1268, Gajpati House, Vijay Bhaskar Reddy. I am not from the services.
Yeah.
Medical rejection.
Okay, so two Mughal house, and I was also from Mughal house. 69 to 76.
Yeah, we know you.
Started with Maurya to Kakatiya to Mughal finally. So yeah, Mike Reddy, I just wanted to do, some other time we'll do a detailed session with you. For quite some time, I wanted to have a chat with you regarding your tensing down thing. So I think now that I can connect the face and the name. So I think we'll do a detailed session later. Yeah, to start with, I think fantastic get together you organized, and you have become the envy of probably every batch of the school for the kind of things you have done, which was really amazing. I mean, firstly, 88% of attendance itself is something which probably is, very, very difficult to achieve. And probably it will be one of those records that will be difficult to surpass by any other batch. I'm sure this will be a long-standing record like those, Olympic records, which were there for quite some time. Great. Okay, so I just wanted to... Yeah, sorry?
Mike's record is still there for his 1500 meters and 800 meters in the school.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. I couldn't actually recollect which record. Thanks for filling. Okay, so let's start with, how did you conceive of this, huge, it's like, Rajamouli movie, so it was on a huge scale. And so how did you conceive of it? And how did you go about planning and implementing? Anyone can take on.
I think Ravi should take on, starting from the background of how it originated from 1998, our Silver Jubilee. Yeah, Ravi.
Okay. Actually, sir, this particular activity which I've done now, this happened when the school's central Diamond Jubilee was on. Okay. So one of us had to give a miss because of personal reasons. So in just itself, like in some sort of a this thing, we'll all get together for our Shasti Purthi.
Okay.
It was not a batches joining a Golden Jubilee. It started off with Shasti Purthi, let us have it at the school, and then Golden Jubilee also got included. What the case was referring to is, we had a very, I will not call it a get-together or something, I will call it Atmiya Sammelana jarigindi. In 1998, when we had a Silver Jubilee get-together. The seeds were laid there, wherein we said it was a terrific get-together. Really enjoyed and newly married, with maybe tiny tots, kids, some of them about to get married. So the atmosphere was such that it was a curtain raiser sort of a thing for this.
Okay.
I request now Mike to take on.
So, sir, actually, Batch as such has been very close-knit. Right from the time we left the school, it is not just that the last 6 months' work has resulted in this. It is what we had started 40 years back, and people have been, any of our functions, can you believe, so my daughter's reception, there were 40 guys. My classmates, 40 of my classmates. So that's the kind of numbers that we stitch up whenever there is an occasion. So this has started long time back, and like rightly Ravi pointed out, 25 years back, ours was one of the first batches to start the tradition of celebrating Silver Jubilee of Togetherness, 1973 to 1998, 25 years of joining the school. We spent it in the school. We spent 2 days in school and Vizag. We stayed overnight in the school and all. So we had the tradition that time, and this we built on whatever was going on then. This we had almost thought of it almost 1 year back. Yeah, Bhaskar was one of the first guys to bring up that idea that we should have it on a big scale. This time it can't be any normal one. Let it be on a huge scale. So from last 1 year, we've been thinking about it, but we got into it seriously from about last 6 months. And our initial estimate was that if we get about 50 odd guys, it should be good. And from there were 2 or 3 guys who worked continuously, like our Unni, Bond, the nicknames I'm taking. These guys who took the number from 50 to 79. So there were guys who were contributing from different angles to make this a success. But we were having meetings regularly. Then we formed a core team where 5 of us got together and said, we took views from everybody. And then finally we said, let's make a small team and start implementing these things by executing all the work that we are doing. So we worked on that aspect. So
Mike is the right person who spoke, because to tell you, to cut the long story short, and we have a sort of a bond that is absolutely acceptable.
Yeah.
The biggest bond a person can have is to give off your daughter or your sister in marriage to somebody. They cannot be beyond that. Maitri bandham annadi okati okay. ఆ తర్వాత స్నేహబంధం ఒకటి ఉంది, అది పర్లేదు. అన్నాడు our classmate Col R has married his sister. బంధుత్వం కూడా, బంధానికి బంధుత్వం చేయడం అనేది it is not a very small little thing. So this is sort of a bond this class represents.
So briefly to sum up, so far 1 year was the planning and 6 months was the execution part, right?
Correct.
Tell me one thing, till the time you planned this, were all these 79 people connected, or somebody just connected at that time?
Most of them, so we have a small WhatsApp group, sir. And the WhatsApp group has been active almost for the last 6-7 years.
Okay.
I think this started sometime back when I think it's the same day, a friendship day. About 34 of us met without knowing that we were all getting together. It just happened.
Intimate.
It just happened.
Okay.
And we were all surprised now. Who said whom? We didn't realize who was telling who. But that day 34 people came. Our Tarvata, we started a WhatsApp group, and WhatsApp group has been active. And we have a newspaper boy also in the WhatsApp group. And early morning to paper list. So, one close-knit team, sir. The most important thing that, as Mike said, 3-4 people took the initiative of connecting people who are not very regular on the WhatsApp. We also went and we have been having a couple of get-togethers in the US. Every time some of us are in US, the team meets 10 to 12 people. We have had till now, I think about 4 or 5 get-togethers. We went to Costa Rica.
And of us went to Costa Rica also.
Okay, okay.
On a holiday. And 14 of us landed up in Orlando.
Yeah.
And then very recently, 12 of us landed up in Texas Hill Country. So this has been going on, sir.
Yeah.
But as I said, it's a more of a close knit that helped us, pull these numbers first.
So to answer your question, sir, so 50 was always this. There were 4 or 5 guys like our Unni, then one Bhaskar Reddy, we call him Bond, then our Vijay Bhaskar, KS Rao. They were behind the individuals.
Just joined, sir. You will be seeing it on your monitor, Mauli. So he is our Gupta guy, the Greens guy.
So they were getting, their task was, they were regularly getting in touch with people who are not so regular with us and convincing them to join up just for these 3 days. So that is the number went from 50 to 79.
Yeah, usually it's the same thing, There are about 50% probably, around 30-40% who are more, who meet each other very often. And 15-20% generally don't, mix up very often. So, that's great. But yeah, 4 or 5 people were the one who were driving it. Most of you who are attending are the main guys who are...
support from 4 more people. So, my seed of this is Lemango tree, sir. So, we have a Lemango tree kosamu. We asked 2 cuttings and 120 trees no transplant saplings. So that is the beginning, and we said these have to go across, and we will be the Lemango batch.
So I was wondering actually, Lemango trees, at least school, you said you have planted it in 10 houses, correct?
Correct, sir. All houses, plus the dining hall and memorial hall.
Okay. So all that you, obviously you made a deliberate attempt to graft them?
Yes, sir.
They grafted 6 months back, sir. The plant saplings are now 6 months old.
6 months old.
Wow.
We hired a local nursery guy.
Okay.
To the Lemango tree, put him across with the quartermaster, and we coordinated that, and he was giving us the progress and videos every month. So when we went for a reunion, the saplings were brought there with the 6 months old saplings. We gifted them to the school, and rest we gifted to our batch and some to Krushi.
Fantastic, guys. How did it finally, the whole thing come together? In the sense, see, after all, for all this, financials are very important, The rest of the effort and spirit and all is on one side. The other side is the finance part. So how did you guys firstly work out the finance part?
Kurra. Yes.
Hey, Kurra.
Yeah. I think before I come on to the finance part, I would like to state that any of these things has not happened overnight. I think our bonding started with a special uniqueness that our batch had. We had a combination of an excellent football team where each player could be an exclusive specialist in that place that he played. The Super football team that we played way back in the school. And the bonding was a never-ending thing and continued throughout and all that. So it was just a matter of 50 years. It is as good as we were together wherever we were meeting in 2s, 5s, 10s, 20s and all that. And more so in the last 4 or 5 years, these activities have been happening rather last 10 years since we had the Golden Jubilee of the Sainik School in 2012, or even prior to that. We have been on a regular, continuous meetup wherever feasible, and especially with our most of our children getting married off and on with various boys. So we have been meeting. So this has been a regular affair. Only thing is we culminated it into, streamlined it into a Golden Jubilee celebration. And financials has been a routine part of the batch. Even when we had the Golden Jubilee, we had collected people were outright to there to contribute towards other than what the flat rate that was thought about as a Saikorian for the Golden Jubilee. We collected slightly higher amount for a Modi jacket, or to take care of some of our to give that feeling of belongingness to some of our departed souls, their families and all that. So it has been a regular procedure. So to just graduate from that into a Golden Jubilee celebration was just part of the routine, and I must say not much was involved. But however, it's a practice that has been put into practice as a batch. Yes, initially we started off with a certain X amount, and there were at least more than 30% of the batch boys or the Saikorians who were ready to give 2x, 3x the amount, that is 2 times, 3 times the amount that has been thought about. So that prompted us to go on slightly on a scale that would be a role model or would be befitting for our own batch. Yeah, that's all, sir. Ravindra, sir.
So we have one more joining, sir. Radhakrishna from Vizag.
Hi, okay. Radhakrishna.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Hey, you were the one also I was trying to catch since a long time. So, I sent him a message couple of times. He told me, I will get back to you, Adi. And so after some time, I said, okay, just let me not really pressurize him. But yeah, I need to do another session with you also. Okay?
So we can say we can just say one thing. This whole program would have been just about 30-40% of the program without Radhakrishna.
Yeah, I can imagine. I think
he just took it from 30% to 100%.
Yeah. Excellent. I think he's been a great
an outstation, not in our purview of having logistic support, sir.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, sir, the numbers actually prompted us to go in that grand scale. People coming forward with spouses, with grandchildren, with children. So, and 10 families from the US is what actually drove it to be what it turned out to be.
Okay. Great.
So, first couple of meetings were held here, sir, at my place and elsewhere. We said, okay, this is going to be the sequence of events. And we said we'll start with Krushi and Vizag. So that's how we pulled the whole program together. So Krushi, for the last 3 years, we have been doing a lunch the first second Sunday of July, sir.
Okay.
We've been hosting a lunch for our departed souls. And doing kind of a small memorial in honor of them.
Okay.
So that was the beginning of our sequence. And then we said we should do a train journey because we wanted to relive the moments of the past. So we had a train journey going. 80 people on the train. So everything was being planned in such a way that, okay, we have to get these tickets. So 2 months before, when it opens up, you go book the tickets. That kind of planning went into it.
That's great.
Make it what it has. It culminated into that.
So, other thing was, I think each one of you contributed 50,000 or something per head for this. So, was it really difficult to get this from everyone, or?
No, not at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Not at all.
I think it's always a challenge. That's why I'm asking you.
Sir, with our batch, that was the easier part actually. Getting 50,000, initially they said, is it? But within a few days, it was just flowing.
Okay.
Getting the money was the easier part because, like Kurra said, there were about 20 odd guys who wanted to pay more and they contributed. So we had sufficient funds. And
sir, day one we got 10 lakhs, sir. So and I'm talking about 50,000. Day one we got 10 lakhs.
So funds, only thing was we were expecting some funds from a sponsor for doing some work in the dining hall, which didn't work out. But since we had committed to the school that we will do that work,
we did it.
Our Vijay Bhaskar and Radha Krishna wanted to take on the whole task. The thing was about 1.1 crores where we could get 20 from the batch. The other 90 they wanted to put in, which others objected, and 5 more guys joined. We raised the funds from about 7 individuals, and it is
the magnificent 7, sir.
They're just 7 of them who were done the.
So yeah, that's what I was coming to. So this 1.1 crores which was used for dining hall came from about 7 contributors, right?
Oh, plus the batch, sir.
From the whatever we collected from the batch, we used the balance of the funds apart from the celebration for the dining hall, and the balance was made up by the 7 of them.
Yeah, about 25 lakhs from
25%.
Mauli, who was looking after our budget, will tell you.
Yeah, Mauli. So then Mauli is the right person. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hi. So actually, about 25 lakhs from the batch contribution.
Okay.
Rest 85 lakhs from the 7 people.
Oh, fantastic! I think.
And out of 7 people, 5 people from US they have contributed 10 lakhs each, and the rest 35 lakhs is these 2 stalwarts you're seeing, Radhakrishna and Anga Vijay Bhaskar. So they have contributed, 35 lakhs, equally they have contributed.
Okay. Who's the other one other than Radhakrishna?
Vijay Bhaskar.
Vijay Bhaskar. Oh, yeah. Sorry. My mistake. Okay, great. That's great. Okay. So let's now come to, now that we have got the hang of the planning and the finances, which are the main thing. So let's get down to the execution. Okay. So what did you do on day one of the school? Of course, I have the list, but yeah, I would like to hear it from you guys.
Sir, execution of the dining hall, none of us would want to take any credit for it. It's 100% Radhakrishna. And his team pulled it off, sir. The entire renovation happened just in 20 days.
Oh.
He had his engineering team work on it. He put his works aside and finished it. And the steel benches are work in progress. The air conditioners have been put. And now we are again adding another 400 kVA transformer to the school.
Wow.
So that the school need not look for any more additional load in future. How many ever air conditioners are going to go on to the classrooms or wherever, including the dorms. Everyone took up a responsibility, sir. And the right man was chosen for the job. For example, Nenu, Appi and Radhakrishna were taking care of the food part of it.
Okay.
Mike was taking care of the logistics.
Okay.
Ravi Shankar was doing his work behind in order to get a song for the school, song for the batch, along with Sushil Kumar.
So the batch put 5 songs written, all lyrics by Ravi Shankar, and we made them into songs.
Oh.
Badri helped him out, and he wrote the lyrics, and they have been made into songs. One song has been presented to the school because that is a general song, and the other 4 songs are for our batch with our names, nicknames, and all.
Okay.
We keep doing that in our meetings and all.
Yeah. I heard the songs, which were put on the WhatsApp, couple of them, I think, were put in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, great. I mean,
to think of... We took help from a junior Saikorians.
Yeah.
Like photography, we took some help, what kind of pictures should we gather and anything. And Radhakrishna went about and formed up a team. Coordinating with that gentleman, we want this and alaga. So the core team was working a little beyond their working hours and doing their bit. And first and foremost, we wanted to give a lot of importance for the ladies and the families coming in.
Yeah.
So at no point of time we wanted them to feel uncomfortable. So my first Anantagiri nunchi mana school దగ్గర ఒక ఇది ఉంది resort. Sun and Sea or something like that. And then we realized that no place was able to accommodate the numbers as the numbers kept going up. So we had to go book one entire resort and half of another resort in Araku.
Yeah, another noticeable thing is even the number of ladies that had participated, I think, was phenomenal. Was phenomenal. I mean,
50, sir.
46 were there, 50 in all, sir.
Yeah. I mean, normally, that strength, at least, and of course, guys coming is okay given, but ladies coming in such numbers, probably you need to make an
motivation, sir.
Sir, actually, I wish you could do one interview with the ladies, how they feel now. Because they are so happy for coming.
Yeah.
What they convey to us now is that firstly, they are seeing a different side of their own husbands after so many years. When they are with their chatti pattis, everybody is nanga.
As it is when school types get together, it's as if you have gone back to school. You're no more a 50-year-old or, so and so. You are still a bloody 12 or, 13-year-old guy talking about all nonsense about what, only we can relate to probably.
I think something specific to the... Something very specific to this occasion where the ladies, probably ladies were on a receiving end whenever we Saikorians classmates meet with our roll number 12 to 4, 12, 3, 5, all those numbers and all that. But I think from the songs that Ravi Shankar made, the songs give an essence of the feelings of the ladies of our particular batch of 1973. And it appeared they were more eagerly enthusiastic about this whole Golden Jubilee celebration more than our boys itself. That was the enthusiasm shown by our ladies especially. And the feelings post-event also, they felt they would have missed something in their life had they not been part of this.
Yeah,
I think it's something which is a different, unique thing of our whole celebration.
In fact,
very true.
My sister told me she's listening to one of the songs, our batch songs, almost every day.
Wow. Fantastic. Okay, now coming to the program. So day one at the school, can somebody just talk about what happened on day one in the school?
Yeah, I think day one. Actually, we had a D-1. D-1 was the assembling at Krushi home, where we were almost 50 families plus or the 50-60 Saikorians, other than the ones who came to Vijayanagram. We were already gathering at Krushi, the travel to railway station, the meetup at the platform, the travel and everything was fun by itself. But the day one started at 10 o'clock from the entrance of Sainik School, Korukonda, after we moved from our respective hotel rooms and all that. So the first event was with M.A.K. Reddy organized Paramota, which was accompanying our convoy with a flag flying. And then the first event was at our Korukondeshwari Mata temple of the Sainik School Korukonda within our palace, where all our boys felt thrilled to get back to the school where we shared our emotions, our pains, our happiness during our 8 years of stay at Korukandeshwari Mata with our families. We had a Veda Sirachanam was the first event, followed by various group photos within the palace locations and all that. And then a nice cup of high tea organized by the school. And then was the special assembly, which was the crux of the whole event, where we really wanted to really get back and integrate with the school, with the current setup of the school, the teachers, the administrative staff, for the students and the principal and all that. And it was, I think, then Ravi Shankar who made it happen in one of those phenomenal way of a never before, never after sort of event. And that gave us a feeling, yeah, these are the things that we really need to feel proud about of our batch, the uniqueness of our batch, when it has come down, where each one of us are presenting one of those unique mementos or the achievements which are unique for the Sunny School itself, like the Tenzing Narke Award, which is equivalent to Arjuna Award, being presented in original for the motivation room of the school to the principal by Mike Reddy. And then we had the first gold medal of NDA from KM Reddy, presented again, the original medal being presented for the motivation of the children to the motivation hall to the principal. And we had an international veteran athlete, Shasti Purthi, whose medals were again presented in original to the school, followed by emotionally attached letters of Mr. P.V. Mohan, our Telugu teacher, written to our 1200 Ravi Shankar, which has really something. The quality of the letter, the content is emotional and shows the quality of the teachers we were fortunate to be taken care of by in those 8 years of our schooling. And that overall content that went up. And post the assembly was, we had a small time. It is the highlight part of that thing where our boys got to see a little bit of, see their own dossiers and see their life back, what they were 50 years back when they joined the school. That was the highlight part, for which we had a lot of support from the school. And then the lunch, where we had the inaugural part of dedicating the renovated dining hall, followed by a lunch with our families and the staff. And then comes the later part of the evening part of this thing, where our Subrata Cup team, which was way back in 77, 78, won the state level and representing the Subrata Cup. The team played a friendly match with the current football team of the school, which is the strongest sports team that the Sunny School boasts of today. Even the current football team had a friendly match, and the erstwhile basketballers were fortunate to play a basketball match with the school boys, the senior boys or the school team. And we can proudly say we could still manage to keep up the erstwhile stamina of the school and take on a lead where the match got terminated with when we cut off for the final score, and proudly call it ourselves as winners gracefully at that age of 60. And then it was the best part of it was the principal, the vice principal, and quite a lot of staff were with us from morning to evening. And that's the best part of what we felt as a proud moment. And that was followed by an evening of get together and meet up of classmates. That was day one. I think I'll request Ravi Shankar or Mike Reddy to add on to, if at all, whatever was missed out on, to add on to the first day's event.
Yeah, two additional items. So one, we had the photograph session where all of us took photos. And secondly, we had high tea with the general employees, staff. We had where we ordered specifically for the French toast, which we used to have, and the banana bhaji.
Trying to relive the moment.
So we specifically requested the school to make those things and serve us in the high tea.
Amazing.
I think Mike
you went into such detailing, I mean, which is really appreciable. Okay.
Mike, I must share here, Ravindra sir, while we did it centrally, all these events were centrally. Simultaneously, there was classmate spirit and say house type spirit going on. Each one planting Lemango trees in front of their houses. And I happened to come across a site where suddenly some Gupta boys got together near the basketball court to help out a son of one of their ex-ward boy in a financial support towards construction of their house. So these things were happening. A lot of things were happening on the sidelines of what was planned centrally.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
We paid about 7-8 people were there. So we quickly collected about 3,000-4,000 each, and then we gave him about 25,000 rupees for his construction of a house somewhere near Korukonda.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, really great to hear. Yeah, Ravi Shankar. Ravi Shankar.
Sir.
Yeah, this is what really was interesting to me, and I would like to know in more detail. Yeah, this letter, no, Mr. P.V. Mohan, letter, okatedana unda letter?
Sir, photocopy this unchan, sir. It is there in my residence. Okay. Once I go back to, I come here to WhatsApp. So it will be there. One part of the letter will be there in WhatsApp, sir. Oh my God.
Okay. Super.
One part is there.
But Ravindra sir, notwithstanding, 1200 Ravi Shankar will be rattled out quite a lot of content in original as written by Mr. P.V.
Censor చేయాల్సిన అవసరం వచ్చిందా?
Sir, you use the word detailing. So the detailed way we went around, all of them went around to cater for each and every person of the batch. That evening was a highlight because everybody was tired. They all landed up, by Godavari early in the morning, changed. And then the highlight of the thing was, you remember our assembly hall, sir, that wooden floor. Paina. Then when I walked in, I thought this is what makes the batch. There were chairman RKEC, there were so many people who have come from abroad. Andaru chokkal తీసేస్తే Bunny and underwear lo, they were lying down on mattresses.
like the good old days.
So that was the biggest bonding. And in the evening, what happened was all the ladies, everybody landed up. Came, then Bhaskar and one from each house. A song from the movie depicting a person's characteristics was recorded.
Wow.
And when the person was moving onto the stage, that was played.
That was the introduction.
That was the introduction. Something like, for me, it was Sarda cigarette to Doral cigarette. We have one Ramdas who gets high end in every get together. For him, it is Tauta Niyappa Tauta. Like that, that tempo got picked up.
We identified a song for each guy and played it roll number wise.
Fantastic. Okay, now coming to, this was day one. So how did that idea of Samohika Shasti Purthi, I mean, that is a brilliant idea. I mean, I thought it was something which can really, it's much more than a normal thing, it's something more emotional thing, doing this Shasti Purthi. So whose idea, I mean, how did it come about?
Purra and Radha Krishna's.
And Vijay Kumar, they pulled it off.
Actually, in fact, it all started with that only. It started with that and then culminated into school meeting and other meeting.
It started with that, culminated with this.
Penmatsa's thought process.
Sorry, come again?
Now, we have 1209 P.S. Raju, Penmatsa Srinivas Raju. So the original celebration started with the Samohika Shasti Purthi.
Okay.
We thought of having a Shasti Purthi. Then, anyway, it's Golden Jubilee, then again school. This all worked out after this idea of Shasti Purthi.
Okay. So where did you have this? Arakuna?
Arakuna.
Rivers of Godavari, banks of Godavari, sir. Original plan is on the banks of Godavari.
Okay.
And we wanted to have that Veda Ashirvachanam anta akkade cheddamani anukunnam modalu. But last year the floods, all that, we went and saw, and then we realized logistically that was not easy to do any. Then we put it back. In fact, Nenu, Mike, we went, and Mauli, we went on a recce identifying places and all that. And we dropped it off.
Okay, so where did you finally do it?
So a lot of deliberation was going on at Vizag, Vijayanagarama, Resort, Araku. So finally we decided that we should go to Araku, so that once we go there, nobody can go out of the place. So everybody will be together.
That was seriously was one of the prime reasons.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be close to any city where people
will go away.
Will find any excuse to go off.
Yeah. So, I mean, getting the priest there is all another logistics. Very good.
I'm sorry, sir. Actually, I was traveling. That's why I couldn't talk much. So, now I'm free sitting in the airport.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Firstly, I think you deserve a huge applause from not only your batchmates, I think from everybody for the kind of contribution you have made. I think the reality, I always believe, the reality is plenty of us have money, probably, but to spend it for an institution or to spend it for the welfare, I think it needs a big heart, and I think excellent job done. And I think, of course, I know you did a great thing by contributing that to the school. I think which helps everybody, and which creates an everlasting impression as to how the alma mater gives back to the school. I mean, it's fantastic.
No, it's nothing like that, sir. Actually, see, when we just started, I think we just thought of spending only 10 lakhs to the school, and then rest we enjoy ourselves. But when we went to the school and I have seen the school and all these things, I realized something we have to do better than this. Then our people are fearing what to do and all. I said, every one of us has come up with a good heart. Any work you start with good heart will never end with bad heart. So let us move forward, whether finance come or not, doesn't come. Let us move forward, automatically the finances will come. My Guruji Sri Ravishankar always tells me, if you do anything with good heart, nothing will stop. It will automatically come. Nothing will be a restraint or constraint for you while doing any of these works. So the batch itself, as they have expressed it out, they are very, what I can say, very cooperative and very supportive in every aspect. Whatever we did it, all 5 people or 6 people, whatever the decision we have taken, there was no objection to any of the things that has been made. But the decision what was taken was a collective decision. Never it was an individual decision. Whatever point, even the smallest point, whatever it has come, it was a collective decision which has helped us to move forward in such a big way. Like one example, will tell you, we had gone, the recce was going on, we had a lunch also at the school, and on the day lunch we had, during one of the recces, we found sambar, they have given out the taste what we had earlier time. Then I asked the mess manager, what is this? Then he said, sir, what can we do? We are being paid only 85 rupees per person per day. So we are not able to sustain. That's why we are bringing ready-made sambar powder and mixing it up. Then we requested the administrative officer, sir, on the day of lunch, what we give to us should be our old sambar, not new sambar. And they made it. It was an excellent thing, sir. And there is nothing special that I did anything over here, sir. I was staying in Vizag. I had an organization. I had the things. I had the best team. And the good heart of all of our batch was put in. And the Shasti Purthi, whatever has been taken care of, was taken from the highest temple of Visakhapatnam, the Kanaka Mahalakshmi temple, the main priest. And what I feel is, the success of whole of this trip was due to the Mata of Kanaka Mahalakshmi. This is what I felt after that, because we took the blessing. And one more thing, sir, Mike never visited temples, and during our Recce, he had very excellent darshans where he never even imagined where it is going. Every time he come to Vizag, or any of our team coming to Vizag, we had a different temples visit, and we had all Ashirvadams from each of the temples. So this all has helped out completely in our endeavor, sir. And Mike Anga has started this process, but of course everybody has cooperated and did a good job, sir. There is no second thought about it, and it was only a collective work that has been done. No individual is over and above the collective job that has been done over here, sir. That's all
sir,
from my end.
That no.
Congratulations for going to the temple and devoting some time to God also.
I believe, sir, I'm not so regular, but in these Reccas, believe me, sir, all the temples, they took me to Daksharam, then Annavaram, and fantastic visits, because I was with Radhakrishna. You're just walking, they were all VIP visits. And God has blessed us. God has blessed the batch. That's
బీజాలు నాటి 60 ఏళ్లే దాటి కీర్తి ఎంతో చాటే నేల నిండా.
జాతి రత్నాలతోటి రాదు ఇంకేది సాటి అంటూ ఎల్లనే దాటి కోరుకొండా. విద్య బీజాలు నాటి 60 ఏళ్లే దాటి కీర్తి ఎంతో చాటే నేల నిండా.
జాతి రత్నాలతోటి రాదు ఇంకేది సాటి అంటూ ఎల్లలు దాటి కోరుకొండా.
ఇంతింతై బటుడింతై అన్నట్టుగానే ఎదిగారు ఇక్కడ ప్రతివారు.
అధ్యాపకులు విద్యాధికులుగా యువతీ యువకుల తీర్చే క్రమములో
భారతిగానే నిలిచిందండి నాడే కోరుకొండా. సారథిగానే అందించింది అండాదండ.
ఘనత ఎంతో చాటుకుంటూ భరతావని నిండా చరితలు రాసే పుస్తకంలో చేరింది కోరుకొండ.
విద్య బీజాలు నాటి 60 ఏళ్లే దాటి కీర్తి ఎంతో చాటే నేల నిండా.
జాతి రత్నాలతోటి రాదు ఇంకేది సాటి అంటూ ఎల్లలు దాటి కోరుకొండ.
నీది ఆ మతం అని వేరు చేయక విద్యార్థినే దిద్దెగా.
అంగబలముకు ఏ అర్థబలముకు తలవంచనే లేదుగా. ఎంత ఉందనే లెక్కలు వేయక ఉత్తీర్ణులే చేసేగా.
మరాఠీ మలయాళీ ఏ భాష వారైనా తెలుగన్న తేనె రుచి చూపి.
కొండోళ్ళు కోయోళ్ళు ఏ జాతి వాళ్ళైనా మనమంతా ఒకటేనంటూ చదువు సంధ్య నేర్పే వేళ
భారతిగానే నిలిచిందండి నాడే కోరుకొండ సారథిగానే అందించింది అండాదండ ఘనత ఎంతో చాటుకుంటూ భరతావని నిండా చరితలు రాసే పుస్తకంలో చేరింది కోరుకొండ.
Dear star, గురు బ్రహ్మలారా ఎక్కడో పుట్టి కోరుకొండకొచ్చి ఇక్కడే చదివాము సైనిక్ స్కూలు చెట్టు నీడలో మరచిపోమంటూ 60వ ఏట మళ్ళీ కలిసాము చిన్నతనపు చిలిపి గురుతుతో. We miss all the fun, we miss all the joy, we miss you.
We miss all the fun, we miss all the joy, we miss you.
గోళీ వంకాయ బక్క కట్టి కావండి సాలిడ్స్ సజీవ ఛాత్ర ఛత్రపతులు ముద్దు పేర్లు మాయం చేసాం మామిడి పండ్లు రాజుగారి తోటలో అన్ని పనులు కలిసి చేసిన ఆకురాయుళ్ళమే సినిమాల కోసం గొడ దూకి చెరుకు గడలే చోరీ చేసి ఆటపాటల్లో పోటుగళమై ఆకతాయిలని పెరుగాంచి 60 ఏళ్ల వయసులో మా సొగసు 30 ఏళ్ళండి మనసు నొచ్చుకుని ఉంటే మన్నించండి. వధువేమో అలమేలు వరుడట శ్రీవారు మనువాడి కలిసారు చెలిమి కలిమి ఒకరికొకరు ఈ జంటను దీవించగా దేవతలందరి నోట పలికిన చల్లని మాట శతమానం భవతి శతమానం భవతి శతమానం భవతి శతమానం భవతి. మీస కట్టు కుంకుమ బొట్టు కంచి పట్టు పంచే కట్టు అల్లుకుంది అనుబంధము మమతలు ముడివేస్తూ తను తన తాళి బొట్టు ఆమె తన ఆయువు పట్టు ఏకమైంది దాంపత్యము 7 అడుగులు వేస్తూ నాలో సగం నీవంటూ నీలో సగం నేనంటూ జనుమలు జత పడువలపుగ 7 మనసులకొక తలపుగ కలగలిసిన ఒక తను